goes. All right, good evening and welcome to this recovery. I'm sorry, to this yoga for recovery, resilience, and realization. My name is Brian, and I'm delighted to be here with you. Excited to be with you for this class. We're going to do a class that works the back side of the body and the hips. After activating ourselves with a little energizing breath work here to open. So we'll do what we normally do. So we'll land, we'll ground, we'll center ourselves, we'll raise a little gratitude, and we'll set our intention. From there, we will move into an activated breath, a breath of fire, to generate a little heat and bring ourselves very much present in this space. From there, we'll move to the mat and we'll move through a series of postures designed to open and warm the body, focusing primarily on the back of the body and the hips. And ultimately, we'll end with a twist and a nice long guided rest. So we'll be here about 45 to 50 minutes all told. As always, before we start, I'll remind you of our first guiding principle, which is support precedes action. So ensure that you have all of your supports that you need for your practice. Know where they are and then utilize them in the practice. Blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, chair, tissues, water or fluids, stay hydrated. Have everything you need to support yourself and then avail yourself of those supports as we move through the practice. Secondarily, I'll remind you that it is your practice. So I'm going to offer and suggest and invite some things from over here. And the only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything else is an option. So modify as you need to, take alternate postures as you need to. You get where you feel like you're overexerting or you're not in control or in calmly focused on your breath and moving within your body, then stop and align. Reconnect with your heart, reconnect with your gratitude, reconnect with your intention, and then we'll join back in as you're ready. There's no winners, nobody's getting graded. It's all in benefit of our own well-being and growth and peace. Thank you. All right, let's land. So find a supported posture, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you're seated in a chair with your feet underneath your knees, hip distance apart. Maybe you're seated on a cushion or a mat. Maybe you're lying down on your back. Maybe you have your legs up the wall. However you are, wherever you are, just take a moment to be in that. Bring yourself into that. Come into this place and come into this space. Come into the present moment. By coming into the body, come into the body by coming into the breath. Find your inhale as it appears underneath your nasal passages. Begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils. Following the inhalation all the way in. And the exhalation all the way out. Holding your awareness right there and being right there with the next inhale, following that inhale in. No stress, no strain, no exertion. Follow that exhale all the way out. No stress, no strain, no efforting, just release, empty completely, let go. And then as you're holding your attention on the breath and following your inhale and exhale, begin to notice the sensations in your body and your torso as you align with your breath. And as you align with your breath, begin to align with your spine. Imagine you could root into the places that are touching, and from that rooting down, lengthen through the side body, through the spine. Experiment with tucking and nodding and turning your head so that you feel the back of the neck release and you feel your spine sitting lightly atop the spinal column, your skull sitting lightly atop your spinal column, feeling the full length of your spine from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Feeling to that channel that you breathe in and out of, breathe up and down the spine, feel yourself present here. And on your next inhale, I invite you to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space and allow to arise in your heart space gratitude. Any one thing for which you're grateful today. Maybe for you, it's just the possibility of gratitude today. Whatever it is that arises, then see it clearly in your mind's eye. And I encourage and invite you to anchor your gratitude there in your heart space. Hold it there throughout the practice. And then finally, I'll invite you to set an intention for your practice today. Maybe a simple intention to just be right here with each inhale. And whatever your intention is, I invite you to take a moment now and state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done. And then listening to the echoes of your intention in your being, I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop towards your grateful and intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention as I say, Namo, Namaste. And then lift the chin, release the hands. Namo means I bow to the divine, to the creative consciousness. Namaste means I bow to that spark of that divine that lives within you and within me. And so we're going to begin, as I said, with a breath of fire. So find a supported seated posture, maybe switch your crisscross if you need to, or adjust yourself, maybe find your chair. Now, if you are pregnant or on your menstrual cycle, you will just do a long, deep breath, full inhale, complete exhale, breathing down into the diaphragm. If you are engaging in the breath of fire, you're going to begin to move that diaphragm with the breath, pulling the diaphragm back and down on the exhale, releasing the diaphragm on the inhale, feeling that breath come as the diaphragm releases. Inhale and exhale are equal in length, intensity, and volume. Body is very still. Focus is at the brow point if the eyes are closed, or at the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrow. It's just a vigorous breath. Now, if you like, you can keep your hands in your lap, or you can keep your hands at prayer at the chest, or you could take your arms up at a 60-degree angle, palms forward, and fold the fingers back to the top of the palms. Thumbs are in an arc over your head, so you'll feel that sense of your arm, fingertips coming together, and then arms straight, fingers folded. That's our breath. We're just going to be here for a short period of time. So take a cleansing breath. Inhale to prepare. Exhale completely. Inhale, prepare, and begin. Now find your rhythm and your breath and your pace and your practice. You are in the privacy of your own space by design. It is your practice, as we talked about. Do what is right for you. Listen to the wisdom of your body. Honor that wisdom by doing what your body is asking you to do. Your pace may be faster or slower than mine. That's absolutely okay, and as it should be. You are not me. And so you will find your rhythm, your pace, your breath, and your practice. Feeling into this. Body is still. Awareness is on the breath and the nostrils. Focus is at the brow point. Now, of course, at the pumping the diaphragm, your body is feeling the diaphragm moving within the body, but the body is still. The mind begins to still. The focus is at the brow point, if the eyes are closed, third eye, if you will, or at the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrowed, something not moving just beyond the tip of your nose. No stress, no strain, no overexertion. You have 30 more seconds here. If you feel like you're overexerting, then stop and just find your rhythm again. All of our movements, all of our work here is designed to help us align our movement with our breath. The breath is our guide. We are calm, steady, focused on the breath, and moving within our own body. Take a full inhalation. Extend the fingers long. Bring the thumbs to touch over the head. Don't look, just find them. Lengthen and lift. Lift gently at the base of the spine, at the pelvic bowl, at the heart. Even though the arms are up, the shoulders are relaxed, the chin is tucked. Lift, lift. And then exhale. Slowly let the arms float down. Bring them to the knees, palms up. Bring the thumb and forefinger together. Settle into stillness right here. Notice what shifted for you. Maybe your attention has settled in now. Maybe not. Just notice for yourself. What is your experience? What shifted? What changed? Where are you now from where you were 2 minutes ago? Our focus here is on how we can utilize our tools to change our mind states. We can change ourselves dramatically in as little as 2 minutes. Breathe in here, full inhale. Complete exhale. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale here. And exhale. And as you exhale, come round to your mat. Now we're going to begin on our bellies today. So find yourself on your mat and bring yourself all the way down to the mat. On your belly. Bring your hands back by your hips, palms up. Now, if you like, while I'm talking, you can just turn your ear and cheek and temple to the mat. So you're not engaged while I'm describing this. I'll just tell you where we're going to go. We're going to work the back of the body a little bit here, and we'll do it sequentially. So we'll begin by extending the toes long toward the bottom of your mat. So the tops of feet are pressing into the mat. As you press into the tops of feet, you may feel the knees engage, they might even lift. Now you're relaxed in the pelvic bowl, you're pressing into the pubic bone, but your backside is relaxed, the lower part of your body is relaxed. So if you're clenching your buttocks, if you're engaged through the glutes, release that. Legs are engaged because you're pressing the top of the feet, but the glutes are relaxed. Hands are by your side, your palms can be up, or you can turn the palms down, which may provide you a little more support. You may feel a little more supported with the palms down. Bring your chin, nose, or forehead to the mat. So you're extending long through the crown now toward the top of your mat. Now remember that buttocks and lower back, the buttocks in particular, the glutes, the hamstrings, they're relaxed here. Lengthening through the crown. Press down into your forearms and palms. Feel their shoulders maybe separate from the ears. Maybe feel like you're lifting the head up out of the torso. Begin to inhale here. Continue to lift the crown. Maybe the chin comes up. Maybe the heart comes up. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. As you exhale, lower down, relax the top of the feet, let the heels fall open. Turn your opposite cheek here and temple to the mat. Turn your palms up. Let go, relax the shoulders, take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, bring the heels and toes together, press into the tops of the feet. Now this time, bring your hands underneath the shoulders. So the thumb's right at the breast line. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Bring the elbows toward each other behind the back and down toward the hips. Continuing to lift out of the crown. Bring the head forward. Bring the chin forward. Maybe the heart comes forward. A little bit of pressure on your fingertips to support you maybe. Or maybe pick up your hands entirely. This is your cobra. Breathing here, low cobra. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Lower down. Let your toes fall open. Now reach your hands forward. Bring your forehead to the mat. And extend your fingertips long. Feel that length. Heels flop open. You're relaxed from the waist down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhale. A complete exhale. On your next inhale, just walk your elbows back toward your ribs, towards your waist, towards your chest. So you're bringing your elbows underneath the shoulders. Now, remember that your shoulders are not as wide as the mat, most likely. So a lot of us think our shoulders are wider than they are. So feel as if you're bringing your elbows toward each other a little bit. Forearms are pressed into the mat. Palms are down. The heels and toes come together. And then we relax the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads. So you may feel this lifting out of the heart by pressing into the elbows up through the shoulders. So straight line up from the elbows to the shoulders, lifting the chest and the crown of the head. And we're not bopping the neck. So keep the chin and the sternum alignment the same. So your chin is probably parallel to the mat or close to it. But your chin is in alignment with your chest so that the neck is neutral. This is our Sphinx pose. Breathing here. Press long through the toe tips so that you feel your legs fully engaged, backing down. Press the elbows toward each other so you feel the shoulders lift. Relax the head. Breathe here. Inhaling. And exhaling. A full inhale here. On the exhale, begin to relax the chest down. Now just rotate your elbows out off the long side of your mat. Stack your palms so that the right palm is on top of the back of the left, and bring your forehead to the back of your right palm. And then walk your elbows back towards your chest a little bit so that your upper back begins to bow a little bit. Your chest may come off the mat. That's what we're looking for here. Chin is slightly tucked now because you moved your elbows back toward your torso. And you let the heels fall open. Or if you like, bring your heels together and turn your toes out. It feels a little unnatural or awkward, but if it's a little uncomfortable, it's probably just where you're supposed to be. And then relax. This is crocodile pose, a wonderful pose for digestion. So if you're feeling a little bit of, you overeat or something, it's wonderful to just come into this and allow yourself to just kind of feel into this. Breathing here. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. If your heels or toes are turned out, turn them back in, let your heels fall open. Lift the forehead off the hands and bring the hands underneath the shoulders again. Thumbs right at the breast line. Bring the heels and toes together. Press up on your inhale into your baby cobra. And then on your exhale, curl the toes of your feet. Press into the palms and the ball of the foot and press yourself up to a plank. Inhale here, get long through your plank. Exhale, continue to lift the hips, release the head. Hips go high, crown goes low, chest and stomach goes back toward the thighs, heels drop toward the bottom of the mat. Downward facing dog. Take a moment here to adjust, to feel yourself balanced. If you're unsure about where you are, just inhale to a plank. And if you had to move your hands or feet in order to be balanced, now you are balanced. Exhale back into your downward dog. Bend one knee. Press back through the opposite heel. On your next inhalation, switch and bend the other knee. Press back through the other heel. On your inhalation, bend both knees. Press the hips back and up. And then begin to let the heels drop. Maybe the legs straighten, maybe they don't. Breathing here, downward facing dog, full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, just baby walk your feet forward till they come between your hands, coming into your forward fold. Check the outside edges of your feet. See that they're parallel with the wide or long edges of your mat. Release your forehead toward your shin. Extend through the heels and up through the hips. Hips continue to rise as the crown continues to drop. Maybe you grab opposite elbows with opposite hand, either in front of or behind the legs. Little bracing here to support yourself. Breathing into your forward fold, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. As you exhale, if you're holding your elbows, release your hands. Soften your head. Bring your hands to your shins for bracing. Support yourself as you inhale. Straighten the elbows. Lift the crown. Come parallel to the mat. Breathe in. And then exhale. Release the hands. Release the head. Let's do that again. Hands brace on the shins. Inhale. Flat back. Exhale. Release the hands. Release the head. Inhale, bend the knees and drop the hips. Come into a modified chair or deep squat. Just feel into what it's like to drop your hips. Maybe they come parallel, maybe not. And then inhale, lift the hips, straighten the legs, release the head on the exhale, bring the forehead toward the shin. Forward fold. Now this time bend the knees and feel the weight in the feet as you slowly begin to roll the torso upright. One vertebra at a time. Torso comes upright. Shoulders roll up and down. Fingertips release to the mat. Crown goes high to the sky. Feeling that blood going from the head to the heart. Settling into this mountain pose. Take a moment to check on your balance. Maybe move your hips slightly towards the front of your mat. Maybe move the back of your palms slightly toward the back of your mat. Maybe it feels a little awkward. Maybe you're finally straight upright. Crown resting atop the head on the inhale. The hands will go high. The arms will go up. Biceps will frame the ears. Maybe the palms touch, maybe not. On the exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips and fold forward into our forward fold. On the inhale, we'll brace if we need to and come to a flat back, breathing behind the heart. On the exhale, we'll hinge and fold, release the head, release the hands. On the inhale, bend the knees slightly and roll up one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way through tall mountain. So the arms go high at the top of the inhale, and exhale, we release the hands. Take a breath, roll the shoulders, breathe here. On your next inhale, the arms will go high. On the exhale, you'll hinge and fold. On the inhale, we'll rise to a flat back. On the exhale, we'll fold and place the hands beside the feet and step the right foot back into a lunge. Press back through the right heel here. Lift the right thigh. Press down into the left heel here. Find yourself in this lunge. Take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. On your exhale, slowly bring that right hand a little bit underneath the face next to that left foot. On the inhale, lift the left arm, rotate the torso to the left, take the left arm perhaps up to the ceiling. Maybe look up and see your left thumb. Simple twist here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. On the exhale, bring the left hand down, frame the foot, and step the left foot back to join the right. Inhale to a plank. Establish your plank. Press through the heels, lengthen through the crown. Strong, steady, sure. Inhale here. Exhale, lift the hips, release the head, downward facing dog. Full inhalation.
Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, bring the right foot forward between the hands. Press back through the left heel. Down into the right heel. Lift the left thigh. Establish yourself here in your lunge. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. As you exhale, bring that left hand underneath the face, closer to that right leg. On the inhale, rotate your torso and lift your right arm toward the ceiling. Maybe look up and see your right thumb. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. On the exhale, bring that hand down, frame the foot, curl the toes, step the left foot forward to join the right. Come into a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold, forward fold. Inhale, root and rise all the way through tall mountain. Exhale, release the hands. Roll the shoulders, take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. On the inhale, the arms will go high. On the exhale, we hinge and fold. On the inhale, flat back. On the exhale, fold hands beside the feet. Left foot back to a lunge. Walk the right foot out. Bring your right hand inside the right foot. Walk the right foot out to the edge of the mat. Perhaps externally rotate the right thigh, the right hip, so that that right knee moves off the wide side of your mat. Maybe the sole of your right foot gets exposed. Breathe here. If you need to, drop your left knee. If you want to, drop your left knee. If you'd like more support, drop your left knee. Otherwise, maybe you walk your hands out a little bit further in front of you. Maybe you bring your elbows to the mat like you did in Sphinx, right? Forearms down, elbows down underneath the shoulders, palms bracing, crown long, breathing here. Lizard pose, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, if you're down on your elbows, press back up on your palms, walk your hands back. Walk that right foot in line with the hip. Bring the right hand outside. And step the right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale to a plank. Steady and sure, strong, long through the heels and crown. Full inhale. Exhale, hips high, crown low, downward facing dog. Let the heels drop. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, left foot comes forward. Press back through that right heel, lift that right thigh. Begin to walk that left foot out to the wide edge of your mat, bringing the left hand inside the foot. Externally rotating the left hip, maybe even the sole of the left foot exposed. Breathe here in your lizard, full inhale. As you exhale, maybe you walk your hands out a little bit. Maybe you come down onto your elbows like you did in Sphinx. Elbows underneath the shoulders, forearms down, palms pressing. Breathing deep here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, if you're down on your elbows, pick up the elbows, walk the hands back, bring the left foot in alignment with the hip. Inhale here. Exhale, step the Right foot forward to join the left, come into forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise. Gather as you go. Exhale, release the hands. Roll the shoulders, take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Okay, let's see if we can put a little flow together here. On the inhale, the arms go high. On the exhale, we hinge and fold. On the inhale, flat back. On the exhale, fold hands beside the feet. Left foot back to a lunge. Right foot back to join it. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or come all the way down. Release the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Cobra. Exhale, lower down. Curl the toes. Inhale, press the plank. Exhale, lift the hips. Release the crown. Downward facing dog. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, left foot forward into lunge. Right foot forward to join it. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise. Gathering through tall mountain. Exhale, release the hands. Roll the shoulders. Take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Now let's take that extra breath and step out of it. Inhale, the arms go high. Tall mountain. Exhale, hinge and fold. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Breathe into the heart. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet. Right foot back to a lunge. Left foot back to join it. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up. Cobra. Exhale, curl the toes and lift the hips and release the head. Press back into downward facing dog. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, right foot forward, left foot joins it, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root and rise. Through tall mountain. Exhale, release the hands. Roll the shoulders, take a breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at the chest or to the waist to support yourself, or maybe even to the thighs as you sink your hips back as if you're seated in a chair. Try to keep the back flat. Hands of prayer at the waist, at the thighs. Inhale here in your chair. Exhale, hinge and fold, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet. Left foot back to a lunge. Right foot back to join it. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips, release the crown, press back, downward facing dog. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, right foot forward, left foot joins it, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands to the thighs, to the waist, to the chest, and sink the hips into your chair. Straighten the spine. Breathe here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs. Take the arms up, tall mountain. Exhale, release the hands. Roll the shoulders. Take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Now, gently bring yourself down onto your mat. I'll turn and face you. Maybe you can see this a little better. You're going to take your legs out in front of you, staff pose, Dandasana. Excuse me. Maybe press your palms alongside your hips to straighten your torso. Keeping the torso straightened. Excuse me. We're going to bring the inside of the left foot, the sole of the left foot against the inside of the right ankle, calf, or thigh. Just find the place where your
hip on your left hip opens to its utmost, and your knee is comfortable and supported. If you have to, you might move that right leg out at an angle if that provides you with a little more space to work with. Finding yourself here, we're going to inhale, take the arms up, and exhale. We're just going to align the torso with that right leg and hinge forward. Now, maybe your hinge is only a couple of inches. So let me turn so maybe you see this better. Maybe your flexibility is such that you're just moving a couple inches. The crown stays long. The chin stays in relationship to the sternum. The back is long. And you're just going where your body allows you to go, wherever that is. The arms, once you've reached where your body is allowing you to hinge, let your hands drop. Let the elbows drop. Let the shoulders relax. Be there. If you'd like to complete the circuit, you can bring the right heel in so that the right knee finds the forehead finds the right knee. So that completes that circuit. And depending on your flexibility, you'll be where you are. Keeping that crown long, the back flat, breathing here. And then maybe your just body begins to open up a little bit over time as you're breathing here. When the body's ready to allow a little deeper engagement, it'll do that. And then eventually that right leg may straighten, maybe not. Just be where you are with what you got today, breathing here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your next inhale, reach long with your arms and slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. Relax the arms down. Let that, take your hand to the outside of that left thigh, bring the left knee up toward the ceiling, then release your left leg long. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So turn the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left ankle, calf, or thigh, wherever's appropriate for you. Align your torso with the left leg. Take the arms up on the inhale. On the exhale, hinge forward and fold. Find the fullest extent of your fold and then let the elbows drop, let the hands drop, let the arms drop, let the shoulders relax. If you like to bring that knee, maybe it needs to come up a little bit to find that forehead, make that connection. This is head to knee pose. Now be mindful of that right side knee. The idea is to keep that right knee relaxed. Fold is over the left leg. And then as the body allows, maybe we find a little more opening, a little more depth, lifting out of the waist, out of the lower back, extending through the hamstring, up through the glute. Breathing here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your next inhale, reach long past the foot. Slowly come up. Slowly come up. Slowly come up. Exhale, release the hands. Take the hand to the outside of the right knee. Bring the right knee to the ceiling and then extend the leg out in front of you. Take a moment here. Reestablish your staff posture. So maybe bring your hands outside the hips, straighten the spine, relax and release through the heels. Find that length. And now you're just going to bring both of the heels of the feet, both of the soles of the feet together. So your knees will begin to open up. And then experiment with your heels in the distance between your heels and your hips. Find that place that's appropriate for you, where you feel you have the hips most open and the knees most relaxed. And if your knees are lifted, great place for your gear here. You can place a block underneath
one or both knees, supporting the knees in this posture. Now, spine is straight, crown is long, sternum and chin are in alignment, the crown is long. We inhale here. Exhale, we're going to do that same hinging, hinge forward. And again, maybe it's only an inch or two. Maybe it's just the suggestion of a hinge. Maybe your hands come down, maybe your thumbs go inside, grab the insteps. Or maybe you can interlace your fingers and just gently cup the palms at the top of the toes. Or maybe you're bring your forearms to the mat and your elbows down underneath your calves and reach around your feet that way, depending on your flexibility. Now, if you go underneath the legs, make sure your arms are not lifting the knees up. You want to be able to keep those knees open. Goal here is to open the hips, relax the knees. Elbows will come together in front of the belly button or maybe in front of the calf. But again, we're not pulling ourselves in. The tendency is to put your elbows in front of your shins and then use your elbows to sort of prop yourself forward. We don't want to do that. We just want to relax the arms down. The elbows are relaxed. Hands are just gently out here. Maybe just walk your fingertips out a little bit and let them paddle on the mat here. Maybe little gentle butterflies with your knees, feeling into this, gently nudging your hips open here, breathing. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, take your hands to the outside of the knees, bring the knees toward the ceiling and extend the legs long. Again, find your long supported staff pose, push into the outside of the hips with the hands, lengthen the spine and take the arms up. And then exhale, just release both hands over to the left, rotating at the abdomen, turn to the left a little bit, just a gentle twist, releasing any tension. Breathe here. A full inhale. A complete exhale. On the inhale, come back to neutral, take the arms high. On the exhale, rotate gently to the right. Both hands come outside the right hip and just breathe here. Just release into this twist. Full inhale. Complete exhale. On the inhale, come back to neutral, take the arms high, and then just exhale, hinge forward. And let yourself come as far as your hinge will allow you, and then release your chin toward your chest and let your arms drop. Just a gentle forward fold here. Breathing into a full west here. Press through the heels, lengthen to the back of the legs. Align, lift out of the hips, lift out of the waist. Lengthen out of the crown of the head. Bring your nose toward your shins. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, reach long past your feet. Slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. And then release your hands down and just gently roll down onto your back. Preparing for our guided rest here. So take the feet long, let the toes fall open. Take your heels as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Bring your palms down by your hips, palms up. Lengthen through your crown. And then imagine you could pull on your side ribs so that you feel the lower part of your spine, the lower back against the mat, supported in the lower back there. No arching in the lower back. And then take this time to provide yourself with any additional support you may want in this final posture. Maybe you have a blanket, or maybe you have an eye shade. Maybe you have a blanket or a shawl. Maybe you have a bolster. Anything that will provide you perhaps 1% more support. Just take a moment to avail yourself of that, and then come into your space of rest, letting go completely. Let go, you're done, be done. Allow yourself to be done. Just let everything release. Allow yourself to be.
Feel into what it is like to let go and to trust in the supports that are available to you. Feel the full backside of your body being supported here. Feel yourself being held, cocooned by gravity. Feel the security of the entire backside of your body on your mat. Let go of any shaping of the breath, any shaping of the body. Let go of any conversation about the practice, any analysis. If you have questions, save them for after class. We love questions, but for now, let go and just allow yourself to be at rest. Let go completely. And just allow yourself this moment of rest, this gift of rest, this chance to integrate whatever lessons you may have learned during the practice, to listen to your body for a few minutes and allow your body's wisdom to permeate through your being at rest. No need to do anything, nowhere to be, just here in this moment, in this space, resting. And if you find that your mind is uncomfortable having nothing to do, I invite you to give your mind a simple and gentle task. Ask your mind to engage with gentle curiosity in tracking your body from your head to your feet, slowly and systemically, just looking for any particular areas of tension or tightness, constriction or contraction, and just looking. No need to do anything, just noticing with gentle curiosity. There's an area that's tight. And just notice it. Oh, that's interesting. A little tightness there. And work your way slowly down the body, just noticing, just being curious. What is it like to be at rest in my space, in this moment? And we'll continue that gentle, curious exploration of what it's like to be at rest in silence for the next minute. If perchance you notice that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to just be grateful for the noticing and to gently and compassionately return your focus to your breath. On your next inhale, I invite you to begin to reestablish connection with your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers, perhaps rolling your wrists and your ankles. Continuing to reacclimate with your body. On your next inhale, I invite you to bring your knees to the ceiling, your heels toward your hips, and to extend your right arm alongside your head, your bicep framing your ear. From this posture, you're going to prepare to roll to your right side gently. And so when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, gently roll to your right side and allow that right arm to cradle your head and neck like a pillow. Take a moment here on your right side to orient and acclimate and be prepared to come upright again. And when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, I invite you to bring your left hand in front of your torso and use your left arm to help gently leverage yourself back to a seated posture. And as you reestablish yourself in your seated posture, I invite you to settle in and check back in your heart space, finding your breath, and on your next inhale, inhaling your hands to your heart once again, and once again, allowing to arise in your heart space, perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful. And notice it clearly, see it clearly in your mind's eye, and be aware of yourself seated in gratitude, resting in gratitude in your space. And as you rest in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, in closing, I invite and encourage you to please take the echoes of your practice and your gratitude with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.